have St. Louis head coach Shimmy Gray-Miller. Coach Miller, are you on with us?
I am.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. Thanks for your patience. We're going to go ahead and jump right in and start with an opening statement from you about your team, what your expectations are, what you've seen in the early practices.
Okay, well, I'd like to start by saying that Desiree Ball, freshman from Cincinnati, Ohio, she's going to take a medical red shirt this year. She tore her ACL and had surgery last week, so she won't be on the roster this year, on the active roster. The second thing I'd like to say is that no one got married in the off season, so I have everyone else back this year, and I'm very excited about that. No surprises. The girls have been working very, very hard. This is definitely the hardest working and toughest team that we've had since we've been here, and so that makes me very excited. I just feel like if you're tough and if you work hard, you always have a chance going into any game. Really looking forward to the exhibition game. We've been practicing at 6 o'clock in the morning because of class schedules, and we haven't been able to get any practice players because of that time slot. So we've just been going against each other every day. So it's really kind of hard to tell exactly how good or how bad we are because we are only going against one another. So I'm very excited about the exhibition game, probably more excited about any exhibition game than I've ever been since I've been here. Really, that's really about it.
All right. Thanks, Coach. We'll go ahead and open it up to members of the media. Please press *1 to ask a question.
Okay. And I have a question from Nate Latch from Scout.com.
Hi, Coach. How you doing?
Hey, Nate. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. First, can you talk about the development of Lauren Woods from year to year and what kind of player she's turned into?
Lauren has really turned into really a prolific scorer. She was not highly recruited coming out of high school. She was obviously in my second class, and I think she only had one other Division I offer at the time, and that was Southern Illinois Carbondale. But I saw the type of player that Lauren could be, offensively anyway, and that's exactly what she's turning into. She's not a three-point shooter, but she does have three-point range now. She's really worked hard over that over the summer. She's not as good of a defender as I would like her to be or as I think that she could be. She hasn't really bought into that yet, but she is a great scorer. So we're going to rely on her heavily this year. And she's gotten stronger. She's been more committed into the weight room this off season, so she's stronger, and she really wants to finish her senior year on top.
And
she wants to score 1,000 points, so there's no bones about it. She wants to be a 1,000-point scorer, and she's got a great shot to do that.
Which of your newcomers do you expect to make the biggest impact this season?
L'Oreal Jones and Haley Castleman have both, played very, very well so far in our practices, and they both have put themselves in a position to get lots of playing time to be in that top eight-player rotation. But we expected that from both of them. Those were two kids, along with Desiree. Those were the 3 of the 5 freshmen that we were counting on to help us out right away, and so they haven't disappointed by any means. I mean, they're doing exactly what we expected them to do.
And how do you replace what Amanda brought in the post, offensively and defensively, and on the boards?
We can't. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and say that, well, Kat can do this and Mallory can do that. We can't replace what Amanda Kimmege's brought to this team. I've said all along, much to the chagrin of probably other coaches in the conference, that Amanda was the most complete post player in our conference, and I will never back away from that. As far as, someone who's 6'4" that can take charges and step out on the perimeter and defend on a switch if necessary for a few minutes, that can get you double digits in points and almost double digits in rebounds. I mean, how do you replace that? But Kat and Mallory, they're not Amanda, but they've worked very, very hard in the off season, and I like what they're bringing. Mallory is going to help us a lot on the boards, whereas Kat is going to help replace Amanda's points. And right now, that's the best that we can do.
And then last question I've got for you. Of the returning players, I mean, did anyone have a particularly good off-season step up or surprise you coming back this year?
Really, they all did. Probably the most surprising was Ariel Robinson. Ari was kind of a last-minute get for us. We weren't expecting Teresa Lish to get married at the end of the season like she did, and so we really had to sort of scramble to replace her. So we found Ari at a JUCO in Kansas, and I was very disappointed with her play last year. She showed up out of shape in the fall. She was very out of shape and overweight. It really took her the first half of the season to get in condition where she could even, hope to contribute. And so I thought she finished her season strong last year, and she really picked up where she left off. She stayed up here all summer. She's lost about 20 pounds. She's been able to play inside and outside for us. She scores, she defends, she does a little bit of everything. She doesn't do anything great, but she does lots of things well. And so she's probably been the biggest surprise for me of all the returners.
That's all the questions I've got for you, Coach. Good luck. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Nate. I appreciate it.
And we'll hear next from Shane White from 1660 Information Radio.
Good morning, Coach.
Morning. How you doing, Shane?
Doing just fine. You talked about how excited you are for this exhibition match just because you're wanting to see kind of what your team is made of. Looking at the rest of your non-conference schedule, it looks like you've got a very impressive non-conference slate scheduled and some extended road trips along the way as well. Can you talk a little bit about what your expectations are from that non-conference and how it will prepare you for conference play?
Yeah, I'm really happy with the non-conference schedule. I thought we did a really good job of scheduling. I just patted myself on the back because I do scheduling. I thought I did a really good job with scheduling.
I would agree.
Thank you. So we've got, a couple of bigger names that will test us early, like Wisconsin and Indiana, but a lot of our opponents are regional opponents, and, we've got a variety of conferences, and I think every non-conference team we play will prepare us in some way for what we're going to face in the A-10. We've got the athletic games. We've got games against teams that run a lot of motion. We've got a couple of games with some big old post players. So there shouldn't be any surprises by the time we get to conference play. We're close. I felt that last year. I'm not disappointed at all in how we finished last year. We lost 5 games last year by 3 points or less, and I think that gets overlooked sometimes. That's the difference between being 11-19 or 16 and 16 and 13. And so I just kind of felt like we were close. We were on the cusp. And this schedule, I think, it does a good job of preparing us for the A-10.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
And just a reminder, it is *1 if you have a question.
Okay. Any more questions for Coach Miller?
I have no further questions at this time.
All right, Coach. Thanks for being on with us today. Best of luck to you this season.
All right. Thank you, guys. We'll talk soon.